Let's just say that Stormy's first oil change didn't quite go off without a hitch.
What's happening, everybody? All right, so story time. You know, sometimes things just don't go off without a hitch. And of course, for Stormy's first oil change of actually 2 that she would end up receiving within about 48 hours of each other, I figured I would bring this to you guys so you could kind of just step behind the curtain with me for just a minute, and I can bring to you, well, this little thing that happened to happen. Of note, really, right here, this little guy right there. Anyway, the filter was on there really, really tight. And guys, let me tell you guys something. I absolutely have the right tools to do an oil change. I know some guys go, well, why don't you just use a strap wrench, or why don't you do this? Guys, I have an entire oil filter socket set. So here's the thing. Take the oil filter socket, put it on the bottom of the oil filter. Nice and snug, right? I go to pop this thing off, and instead of the filter turning, the socket just spun in the filter and galled up the entire bottom of this filter. If I were to actually have this thing torqued on there again and tried to turn it, it would just fold the metal again. So, no big deal, right? You go and get your strap wrench when your socket that is supposed to be able to do the job of taking a simple oil filter off of its adapter off of the engine. Well, that didn't quite work. So what did I do? Well, I went and got a strap wrench. And a strap wrench is basically, I'll show you. Would be one of these. But of course, this ancient contraption, as soon as I put the thing on the filter and went to turn it, it basically pops. You can see it right there. Because this thing's about 1,000 years old. So, that didn't do me any favors. Oh, and remember that little dent that I was showing you? It didn't take it off. It dug into the side of it, creating what would almost be a hole in that oil filter. Not something that you want to experience when your truck is up in the air and you're just about to start filming, hey guys, guess what? Stormy's getting her first oil change. And then all of this starts happening. So, what did I do? Well, just like you guys, I've also got these things. Remember these things? These little springy guys that are supposed to wrap around the filter to grab a hold of it. Here's a problem. The big one is too big. It doesn't wrap all the way around. The little one doesn't fit on this Mopar oil filter. There's your part number for your original, hold on so I don't spill anything, factory installed oil filter. So anyway, I had one of a couple of options at this point. I'd already filled the truck back up full of oil. That wasn't going to change, but I had an option. Fired the truck up, no leaks. And that's one of the interesting things about this. Absolutely no leaks, even with that dent in the filter. So what I did is I ran over to my local Dodge dealership and said, hey, y'all got to get this filter off of here. You guys put it on there, y'all can get it off. So anyway, unbeknownst to me, I guess I might have not been paying attention, but I got 5 free oil changes, full synthetic. What was I doing even getting my hands dirty to begin with? Anyway, long story short, took it to the dealership. They did another oil change on the truck. So basically, Stormy got one oil change, or basically a flush, and then an actual oil change, all within the span of a couple of days of each other. So again, things don't always go as you had planned. I am bringing to you proof. I had them give this thing back to me as a souvenir. Anyway, just a really quick video. Hope you guys are having a great one. That's a wrap. Post up your snafus. Love to hear the story. That's a wrap, videos.